Hello, welcome to Code with Vijay. My name is Vijaynath Vishwanathan. I'm working as a senior software engineer, and this is my personal blog, codewithvijay.com. You can find me on GitHub and Twitter as well. So today you are here to learn how we can upload files to S3 and how we can retrieve the files we have uploaded, and also how we can set permissions. Also, I'll take you through S3 UI, and I'll show you different options that is available in S3, like different tiers, how we can set permissions, or how we can enable logs, how we can enable analytics. So all those details I'm planning to take you through. So before jumping into the course, if you haven't seen my introduction course on AWS S3, I strongly recommend to go and watch that before proceeding further, because I've explained S3 in a high level on the introduction course, and most of the terminologies I'm going to use in this course will be part of the other course. So I would say this course is the continuation of the introduction course. So please go and watch that. Okay. So as I've mentioned in my introduction course, you can see S3 under storage section of AWS console. Okay, now let me jump straight into AWS console. So I have logged into my AWS console. So when you come down further under storage section, you can see S3. So when I click on that, it will take me through S3 homepage. Okay, so here we can see an option called bucket. So as I've mentioned in my introduction course, now you can think of bucket as just like a folder. Okay, so it is somewhat similar to that. Okay, probably in my upcoming modules I'll explain more about buckets. Okay, anyway, bucket is a place we can store files. Okay, so to create a bucket, click on this button, create bucket, and it will ask for a bucket name, and by default it will select my nearest location, that is London. Okay, if you remember, in my previous course I've mentioned the bucket name is unique across. It means say if I give a bucket name called test, and if somebody else have already created a bucket name test, then I can't create that bucket, because bucket name is unique across. Okay, so let's try that test. I'm sure this bucket might have taken by somebody. So when I click on create, I'll get an error message, and the requested bucket name is not available because that is taken by somebody. Okay, so bucket name is unique across. Okay, let me give another bucket name, say v not v. Okay, I hope this bucket will be available. Okay, yeah, so that's available. So if you guys see, actually I'm in old console, so you may see a different console, that is new one, but anyway I'm using old console now, but I'll show how to switch from old console to new console in a while. Okay, now let's see here. So you can see a bucket created with name v not v, and I have only one bucket now. Okay, you can see different options here. One is permissions. Okay, so okay, I'll take you through all that probably with a new console. Okay, so anyway, before explaining all these, let me switch into new console. Okay, so when you click storage management, you can see some here, opt in. So say storage management features are now available with new console. So when I click on opt in, it will take me to new console. Okay, so this is the new console. Okay, here if you want to switch to old console, you can see an option switch to old console. Okay, and this is the bucket I have created. Okay, if we want to delete that bucket, click on that and delete bucket. Okay, and if you want to empty bucket, you can empty bucket as well. Basically it will clear all the files inside that bucket, but if you're emptying the sorry, if you're emptying the bucket will still be there, but all files inside that bucket will clear off. Okay, and you can see many different properties as well here. Okay, so let me click on that one. Okay, so here we can see different properties. Okay, versioning, as I've mentioned in my previous course, you can give version number to the files I'm uploading. Basically, say I can example I can upload three different files. Sorry, three same files with different version numbers. Okay, basically I can version each of the files I'm uploading. Okay, and I can, if I want to enable logging, I can enable logging here. Basically that will track the access request to S3. Okay, I can enable static website hosting. So if you see that is static website hosting, it means I can't host a website which is using, say, server side languages or server side, basically, and I can't host an ASP.NET website or PHP website or a JSP website. I can't do that. Only thing I can do is to host a static website. Basically, that will be a static HTML site. Okay, the one good thing about hosting static websites in S3 is we don't need to bother about servers or virtual machines or scalability or all those things. We don't need to bother about, because S3 will automatically consider all those things. Say if the load to my static website is pretty high, it will scale on its own. We don't need to worry about all that thing. So if you want to enable static website hosting, we can do that. Okay, and these are the advanced settings. So tags, basically if I want to tag my buckets, I can do that, or tag my files, I can do that. Say for example, I can tag, say, this file I can use only by finance department, so I can tag that files to that one, and say another files it can use by only by, say, technology department, then I can tag that as well. So basically tagging means tagging the files. Okay, cross-region replication means we can copy objects to different AWS regions. Okay, so that copying we can automate that copying. So that's what cross-region replication means. Okay, transfer acceleration, basically we can accelerate or make the transfers fast between buckets. Basically, I can transfer from one bucket to another bucket, and if I want to accelerate the transfer, I can do that. Okay, and events basically means, say for example, when I'm uploading a file to my S3 bucket, I want to notify, or say I want to trigger an event, that event, say for example, calls a Lambda service, and that Lambda service may do something on the file we have uploaded. Okay, so that level of events we can enable. Okay, and requester pace. So requester pace means, say if we want to set up something like, if say the requester who is requesting our file wants to pay to get access on our files, we can enable that as well. Okay, so that's all about properties. Okay, next is permissions. So permissions, basically, as the name indicates, this is a place we can give permissions, like who all can access the files. Okay, what level of permission we want to give to the users. Okay, by default, the files we are uploading to S3 has private access. Okay, so it means no other users will have access to our files. Okay, and by default that is private. Okay, and this is the access control list. Okay, if we want to add users, say if I'm a system administrator, okay, and I've created 10 users, and if I want to give permission to 5 users out of the 10, I can mention all that users here, and only those 5 users can access those files, and the other 5 people cannot access the files in S3. So we can set that level of permission here, okay. And when we come down further, we can manage public permissions, okay. So by default, as I told, by default the permission is private. If you want to make that as public, we can make that as well, okay. And the next one is log delivery, okay. When we go to bucket policy, no, not that one, management. So in management, basically we can add lifecycle rule. So if you remember, I've explained what lifecycle mean in the introduction course, okay. Basically, if we want to set the lifecycle rules. Sorry, that is not lifetime, that's lifecycle rule. If you want to set lifecycle rule, we can do it here. Say if you want to keep our files in S3 standard, we can do that, okay. Or if you want to select another tier, say S3 IA, that is infrequently accessed file. If you want to keep file in that tier, we can do that here, okay. And say if you want to select for say archived file settings, we can select that as well here, okay. All that kind of lifecycle rules we can set it here, okay. And this basically analytics part of it, okay. Basically it will it will analysis the files we have stored in S3, and probably we might have stored our files in a different tier. So basically this analytics will give the information, that level of information, okay. So if you read here, you can enable storage class analysis for entire bucket, shared prefix or tags. Amazon S3 analyzes your access patterns and suggest a candidate age to transition objects to standard from IA for lifecycle rule anyway. So it means basically it will analyze and it will suggest us the best place to, or the best tier we need to store our files, okay. So that's what analytics will do. And when we come down to metrics, so basically this metrics will give the number of requests or the number of data transfer happened in, say, 1 hour, 3 hours, 12 hours, 1 day, 2 weeks, etc. So this metrics will basically give the result of data traffic to our S3 bucket, okay. And when we move to inventory, so inventory basically will give a report, okay. That's basically the object inventory. That report will be daily or weekly basis. Okay. That all are the different options available, which we can set up permissions and many other things in the file we have stored in S3, okay. Let me go back to objects. So this is the place we can upload our file inside the bucket, okay. So it's very simple. Click on upload, okay. Click on add files, okay. You can select a picture. I'm going to select my picture, okay. And when you click, okay, you can see the picture here, and you can see the size as well, okay. And you can see the target path, that is the bucket we have created, okay. If you don't want to go ahead with each of these breadcrumbs, like set permission, set properties, and review, you can straight away upload from here, but let me take you through each one of this. When I click on next, if you want to manage users, you can manage users here. Okay, if you want to manage public permission, you can give public permission. Okay, I'm leaving it like this. Okay, later I will give public permission to the file. So now let it be like this. Now I'm leaving the default settings, and when I click next, it will take us through the properties. So basically we can select which storage class. Okay, that is basically the tier. So if you want to keep our files in standard infrequently accessed, we can select that one. If you want to store in reduced redundancy, we can store in that place. Okay, if you want to encrypt our file, basically we can select one of these encryption policies. So either we can go with Amazon S3 master key, or AWS KMS master key. We can select one of these encryption mechanism. So anyway, I'm here as well. I'm leaving the default settings. Okay. So if you want to give metadata information, we can give metadata information as well here. Okay, I'm not changing anything there now. When I click on next, so basically here we can review, and if in case we want to edit, we can edit everything here. Okay, and when I click upload, that will upload the file. When I click on this now, we can see the status. So basically the key, and this is the size. So if you remember, again in my introduction course I've mentioned the files we are storing in S3 is as key value pairs. Okay, so key is the name of the file, and value will be the actual value. Okay, you can see the key here, but value will be in bytes anyway. You can see that. So this is the important thing. You can see this is the URL we got. Basically, you can see S3, and this is the region. Okay, EU West. I have selected London as my location anyway, so this is because of that. It's EU West, and here V not B. That is the bucket name, and you can see the file name as well. So when I copy that link, and when I go to that link, okay, when I enter, I will get an error. Okay, you can see the error message: access denied, access denied, code is access denied, and message is access denied. Can you guess why? Because we haven't set a public permission to the file. Okay, as I've told, the default permission is private for the files we are uploading to the bucket. Okay, so we have to give permission to the file. Okay, let me close this one. Let me go to permissions, and when you come down, manage public permissions, I'm setting that as everyone. Okay, I'm giving object access read and permission access read for everyone. When I click save, okay, now when I come here and when I refresh this one, sorry, let me close this, and let me go to the objects. Let me take the URL again. Okay, so now, okay, let me double check that. So there is something we have to do again. Let me go to this one. Okay, and let me go to permissions again. Well, you can see that hasn't saved it. So let me click on that one. So I think I haven't clicked save before, so this time let me save it. Okay, now let me go back to objects, and let me open the bucket. Let me click the URL. Okay, there is something wrong again. Somehow that is not saving. Let me try that again. permissions, manage public permissions, everyone read, that is saved. Okay, good. Management, there's nothing to do there anyway. This is the only place. Let me try that again. Probably let me try in a different tab. Okay, sorry, that's not working. So ideally that should work. I have no idea that why that's not working, but there's another way to do that. When you click on objects, and when you select this one, and you can see more, and you can make that as public. Okay, when you click public, you can see all affect object will be public. It means, you know, everybody should be able to see the file, those who has a URL. So when I click make public, I'm expecting to see that file with the URL now. So let me click on that one, and let me click on the URL. So now you can see, that has redirected me to this one, and basically I can see the file which I've uploaded. Okay, so let me go back to AWS console here. So as I told, basically I don't know why it is not working. Basically, this is another way to set permissions. When you click on permissions, and you can select, I can already see that is that is selected, read permission for object access and permission access, that's selected, but still it was not working. But it used to work before, but I have no idea why that's not working. Maybe some caching problem or something. Anyway, this is another way to do that. When you click on objects, and when you select your file, and when you click more, you can see an option here, make public, and you can do in that way as well. Okay, so that is pretty much in a high level on how we can upload file to S3, and how we can create a bucket, and how we can see the file we have uploaded in S3. In upcoming modules or upcoming videos, I'll explore more on S3 how we can connect to S3 programmatically, and how we can upload files programmatically with the access key and token. So I'll take you through all that labs in upcoming videos. So thanks for watching. And the most important thing, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you want to get a notification on my upcoming videos, please subscribe my channel. So thanks once again for watching. Have a good day. Bye.